here they are talking about the same very.
See this about striking, because you brought it up in general, or fighting, I should say.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a big believer that if I were to start someone from scratch now at this point to prepare for physical combat, I think striking is a good start to keep people away. And then actually before jiu-jitsu, I think learning judo and the skills of judo, trying to get people off and keep them away prior to going to the ground, actually creates a well-rounded, capable fighter. What do you guys think about that?
Yeah, I heard some.
It's funny. He's asking Jocko and Echo, who they're both jiu-jitsu black belts, and Jocko's a well-known jiu-jitsu black belt.
Quote recently, and I actually covered on the podcast. I can't remember exactly what it was, but it was something along the lines of, if I have 2 hours to prepare you,
yep,
we're not even going to talk about grappling.
Yeah.
If I have 2 weeks to prepare you, I'm going to start to address it. If I have 2 years to prepare you, that's where I'm going to start.
Okay.
Right. So he, again, we'll see. I don't know that he necessarily answers it. I don't actually disagree with Dave. I think what he just said is probably smart. And Jocko very, very smartly, wisely talks about how and the what of someone approaching the concept.
Okay.
Because it does take a lot longer to learn.
Yeah.
And, I always recommend, if you're going to commit to something and you're going to train, you should start with jiu-jitsu. The reason is because if we're in a striking combat, if we're in a fight and you boxed and I didn't, I can run away from you.
Yeah.
If you want to kick me and you're a kickboxer, I can run away from you. I don't have to actually fight you until you grab a hold of me. Yeah. And then my kicking doesn't work. My punching doesn't work. What works is grappling. What works is jiu-jitsu. And if you wrestled and I didn't wrestle, you're going to take me down. Like to this day, like I didn't wrestle in high school.
Yep.
If somebody wrestled in high school, they're going to take me down.
Yep.
That's what's going to happen. Like they spent 4 years.
Yeah.
Right.
It's
3 hours.
Like
the swimming thing.
Yeah. It's kind of like the swimming thing.
Yep.
So they're going to get the takedown. So what I have to get good at is I have to get good at jiu-jitsu. I have to get good at, from a self-defense perspective, getting back up off the ground, getting away from them, breaking contact. So that's how I would answer that question. Judo's great. Judo's great. The throws in judo are great. They rely on the takedowns in wrestling comprehensively are more reliable.
There you go.
If it's pure self-defense and a good judo throw, man, that's really good. People, you're dealing with somebody that's got clothes on. You can grab a hold of their clothes.
I think you get it. They kind of, go a little bit more, but it's, it is what it is. You can find that and get in there. Yeah. So the answer is based on how much time you have to get ready. If it's a simple self-defense class, 2 or 3 hours, you've got to cover basics with someone. I don't really think that's what that question is, though. I think the question isn't about because Jocko's, this has been brought up a lot on the internet, and that's why I brought the other. I don't even know what the other thing was. I don't really think the question is about that. I don't think it's about like how would you prepare someone. I think the question is, if you were starting from scratch with someone that you were training, like as a teacher, as a mentor to a mentee or whatever, what would you do? Jocko's answer is to start jiu-jitsu. I can't disagree with that, but I think striking definitely has a strong place. If not, you should start very early with striking. I think striking is very important. And, there's no striking in jiu-jitsu. Now, if you have trained mixed martial arts before, I have. Both of my boys have, and we train it in my gym for those that are interested. And if you know some jujitsu, you will see right away there are certain aspects of jujitsu that you are opening yourself up to getting hit, and it's going to happen. There's no. I mean, in sport jujitsu, modern jujitsu, whatever. There's no striking. I've seen systems where there's some striking and defense against striking and stuff like that, in more of a like Gracie combatives sort of approach. But generally speaking, the jiu-jitsu gyms that I have come up through, there's no striking unless they have like a mixed martial arts program, and that's where they cover the striking. And some, traditional techniques in striking like you would get from a karate, taekwondo, Muay Thai, they're going to be beneficial. And I think Dave Castro is right. I think he's right. I'm not saying Jocko is wrong. He's not wrong either. They're both right. Just a different approach, I think. And I've been wanting to get that off my chest. Let's see. That is probably it.